Engineer Menciano, if you can answer. Kasi sa common, sabi mo, no problem. Meron ba tayo napansin na trend na nag-uncommon materials na po?
Yes, Your Honor. Dati kasi, yung mga construction ng katulad ng school buildings natin, dati, common lang yun, no? Kahoy lang yan, sa yero, tapos mga pinto na kahoy yung iba, at saka yung mga, ano dyan, ay jealousy lang na kahoy, mga ganun. Pero ngayon, sa paglipas ng panahon, ang mga buildings po ngayon ay nag-iiba na din. Nagbabago. Nagiging, kumbaga, moderno na din ang mga materialis na ginagamit. So, yun po ang wala kami na mga presyo po niyan.
Pero madali lang yun kasi kung yun na pala yung new common. Kasi nagbago na ang material science, nagbago ng materials yung ginagamit, pati mga engineering, architectural plans. So yan na yung mga bagong magiging common na materials. Ang naisip ko kasi baka sinasadya ng LGU nagagamit ng uncommon material at doon po tayo nagkakalokohan kasi yung costing hindi mo ma-predict.
If I may po, gusto ko pong paniwalaan na hindi naman sinasadya kasi nakikita naman po din natin ano. Kaya lang ho, in the absence of a price reference, ang ating pong procedure at ito po'y naaayon sa regulation on the conduct of inspection, ina-adapt po natin yung agency cost. Kaya ito po'y isang vulnerability kung bakit pwede pong mag-overpricing. And if I may continue po.
That situation, the ball is in your court.
Tama po yan. Hindi naman po ako laging nakadikit dun sa engineer ko. Pag
nasa COA yan. It's for you to update your
tama po yan. Kaya nga po
listing.
Sinasabi namin na amin pong tinitingnan. Pangalawa, pag ho ang findings namin ay overpricing, pagdating po sa court, i-require po kami ng court na magbigay ho kami ng ebidensya na ito pong presyo na ito ay presyo na kaya kong bilhin nung panahong ito nung the same item. Kaya doon sa isa pong kaso namin, bumili po kami ng particular na ebidensya para hindi po namin na-experience yung matalo kami sa court. Can you imagine the auditors personally spending our money to be able to obtain an evidence? Ito po yung hinaharap namin.
Yeah, I'd like to pursue that matter. Since involved cases, you have copies of these decisions, ma'am? Overpricing, specifically overpricing.
Meron po kaming mga...
Kasi I want to see how courts have ruled on overpricing
Maganda
cases.
Po yan.
Kung meron kayo compilation ng mga rulings in your favor or against you, kung pwede nyo po bigyan nyo po ang aming committee at titignan po natin.
Honorable Senator, magpapasalamat po ako sapagkat ito nga po ay talagang kailangan tingnan. The commission proper po, meron po kaming mga kopya, pina-furnish po kami ng mga decisions ng court at pinag-aaralan din po namin talaga kung meron naman po din kaming mga instances na kami naman po yung nananalo at kinakampihan po ng court.
Interesado ako sa parehong panalo at talo.
Opo,
kung
salamat po.
Pabigyan nyo po kami.
Salamat po.
So Chair, just to follow yung punto nyo po at saka yung punto po ni Commissioner Heidi. At sang-ayon ako po kung hindi sa lahat sa marami yung sinasabi. Pero kung papayagan ako ni Senator Trillanes iwagay-wagay ulit itong handbook na to, alam niyo po yung corruption, hindi lang naman po yan sa public sector Hindi lang sa gobyerno, kahit sa private po, di ba? Kasi halimbawa po, ako yung may-ari ng isang kumpanya, no? Hindi naman po lahat nababantayan engineering, etc. So sinabi kong sa aking head, no? Gusto kong pasukin natin yung paggawa ng buildings diyan sa Ortigas o diyan sa Taguig o diyan sa Makati, no? Pwede rin kausapin ng manager yung yung may-ari ng building kasi mismo, hindi siya parating siya din nagpapagawa. Minsan may manager din siya o kumpanya 'yon. So mag-uusap din sila, boss. 1 billion ang takbuhan ng building ngayon. Gawin natin 1.1, paghatian natin 50 million. Nangyayari din sa private sector yon. Hindi lang sila covered ng anti-graft law kasi private yun. May sarili silang mga batas. No? Having said that, that's why naging equalizer to, ma'am, sa industriya. Kasi ito po, worldwide to. In this case, itong handbook na to, Asia po to. No? So it has Manila, Hong Kong, Singapore, Kuala Lumpur, Bangkok, and Brunei prices. No? And from that po, kung titignan nyo siya, residential, commercial, hotel, industrial, others. So, hindi sinasabi po na lahat dapat mag-conform. Katulad po ninyo, di ba, may 10% variance. So sinasabi halimbawa dito, no, kung let's say, kung parking building, 12 to 18,000, meron din po siyang ano. And it depends din kung saan gagawin, anong materials and everything, no. But ini-estimate na nila yung cost all throughout the year kasi ito ang negosyo nila. And in fact, it is so comprehensive na kung titignan mo, kahit sinong architect siguro tatanungin nyo, sabihin 20 to 25% of the building, architectural ang gastos, no? Then 30 to 40% is yung mechanical. And then 15% yung sanitary, electrical, auxiliary na mga gastos, no? At katulad na sinabi niyo, ma'am, no? Isipin nyo sa lahat ng sinabi ko, iisang resident auditor mo, iilan ang tao niya. Yung iba casual pa, empleyado pa nung munisipyo, no? Pero dito po, kung makikita nyo, pati presyo po ng aircon. Kung water-cooled electric chiller, kung air-cooled electric chillers, kung cooling towers, induced draft, air handling units, packaged water cooler units, fire pumps, lahat po nakalista na para at least may idea. So usually po, kung 5, 10, minsan until 15%, hindi indikasyon to sa may-ari na meron pong anomalya kasi indikasyon lang to na may ibang circumstance. Pero kung 50%, 100%, hindi lang po red flag yun. Talaga pong, di ba, magkakagulo na sa kumpanya na yun na bakit ganito yung nangyayari, no? So that's why nga nagkaroon po ng hindi lang handbook na ito, pero may ganun pong, that's why I was saying, Mr. Chair and Madam Commissioner, Mr. Commissioner, na I think we can learn from the private sector. Now, to be fair to the COA, ngayon lang po kasi, lately lang po kasi gumagawa ng high-rise ang gobyerno. Nung araw po, ang high-rise is exclusive. I see there are technical people nodding, di ba? Dahil ibang-iba po, di ba? When you go to 1 to 4 floors, ibig sabihin walang elevator, iba yon. Mas madali yon. Standard yon. When you go to my 5th floor, may elevator na yung iba yon. Then when you go to 15 ba o 20 floors, pataas, iba din yun. Ganun din pag ospital, pag 5-star hotel, no, umiiba talaga, hindi lang yung presyo but technical. So, here's my question now kay Mr. Uliano, no. Sir, hindi ka naman katulad ng jury, no, na hindi ka pwedeng makinig kasi baka ma-impluwensyahan. Dito, pwede ka makinig para kumuha ng leads. Dahil pinag-uusapan dito bidding, narinig mo ba yung last hearing? Yung isa, nagsabi na siya, hindi siya sumali sa bid. In fact, hindi siya qualified. Ginamit lang ang pangalan niya. No?
Titingnan po natin.
So, titingnan nyo yun. No? Kasi mismo ng bidder ang nagsasabing hindi siya nag-bid. No? But narinig nyo rin po yung testimony dito na lahat nagsasabi sa City of Makati, no? Except ang ating kagalang-galang na Vice Mayor. No? Para klaro sa ating mga kababayan, hindi siya kasama dun sa administrasyon na nag-bid, etc. Ito, no? And maybe mamaya may sasabihin si Vice Mayor Kit. No? But yung pong sinasabi nila na nung binid sa umpisa pa lang, hindi nila alam kung magkano. Binasa nyo na kasi, Sir Atty. Yan, di ba, yung 30% preliminary service, 55% contract document service, 15% supervisory. Kasama po dito, development, preparation of working drawings, including all essential architectural, structural, plumbing, electrical, aircon, and other required mechanical engineering works presented in the forms of plans, elevation, section, schedules, and notes. Ibig sabihin po, nagbayad tayo ng 100 million sa MANA, expectation po natin, hindi lang plano. May estimate sila kung magkano po yung building, di ba? Kung hindi, paano mo maibibid?
11 million lang po, Your Honor, yun sa MANA. 11 million.
How much po yung
Let's ask Mr. Mateo because meron tayong
we had testimony.
page 171 of the August 20 TSN. According to the acting city engineer, Mr. Badillo, MANA was paid or has been paid 130 million pesos. So we will ask the confirmation from the representative of MANA.
Your Honor, hindi po totoo yan.
Sige po, tell us the truth po.
Hawak ko po yung kontrata namin. Ang contract amount for A&E services is 11,974,000 900 pesos.
So who got the 100 million for the designs? By the way, no, kasi nakikinig yung publiko, no? We're not saying overpriced yon. Di ba meron din na samahan ng mga architects and more or less yung presyo, no? And can you tell us, Mr. Mateo, no, for a building between 1 to 1.5 billion, magkano usually ang contract for the design sa architect? Ano lang, ballpark? 50, 100?
Yung una po yung nabanggit nyo na samahan is the UAP, United Architects of the Philippines.
Mm-hmm.
And ang UAP po ay merong published na prescribed fees.
That's right.
In practice po, very few ang nakakasunod dun sa prescribed fees. In fact, every time na merong oath-taking, pinapaalalahanan yung mga bagong arkitekto na hanggat maaari, sumunod tayo dun sa prescribed fees. Ano ang ibig kong sabihin? Unfortunately sa Pilipinas, napakababa ng nagiging fees ng mga consultants, perhaps due to free market.
Yes, but I come from a city that siguro 10, 20 buildings a year ang ginagawa. And I know for a fact that if a building is worth 1 billion, di ba? And the owner wants to get the best architects and have it all designed, he'll pay what? About 50 to 100 million?
Siguro kung if you're talking about the top 5 firms in the country,
ganun yung pressure.
Perhaps kayang sumingil sa ganun.
Okay.
Yes.
But anyway, hindi yun yung issue dito. Ang issue dito is that all of those who testified here said that every time ibibid nila face lang, wala silang idea kung magkano yung total ng building. Nung ginawa niyo yung plano, hindi ba kayo nagbigay ng estimate sa City of Makati kung magkano yung buong building?
Hindi po.
Well, is that regular for the architect, whether you're making a bahay kubo or a building? Hindi ba pag tatanungin sir, anong quality, anong klase, more or less per square, anong kaya nyo? How could you have made the plans not knowing how much Makati is willing to spend?
Hindi po kami kinonsulta during the course of budget planning.
But how can you make a plans without budget planning? Hindi ba yung quality ng materials na gamitin mo will be affected by how much their budget is?
Tama po. Halimbawa po, i-hire nyo kami para gawin ang design ng bahay. Dapat ho pinag-uusapan ng budget. Primarily, as a reference for designing. It becomes a limitation of the design.
Bibigay yung CFA, bibigay more or less kung ano, then mako-compute mo na more or less per square meter, hindi po ba?
Actually, the more proper and ideal sana na hindi natin or at least sa na-experience namin, hindi namin or gugustuhin sana namin nakita sa proseso is merong pre-design project planning. Tapos yung pre-design project planning will result into a terms of reference. Yung terms of reference would clearly indicate all the requirements, the floor area, and the budget.
Yes, pero kasi pagka ang binid mo is design then build, di ba? Precisely kasi walang ang capability yung city na sila mag-design. Kaya nga binibid muna nila yung pag-design. Then yung design, yun ang babayaran, and then ibibid based on the design. And dito nila yung pag-design. And then sinasabi nila, hindi nila alam magkano, kaya per phase na lang nila in-estimate. Meaning, Mr. Mateo, nung ginawa niyo yung design, kayo gumawa ng design ng buong building?
Yes, Your Honor.
Kailan niyo po natapos yung design na yun?
Sometime in November 2007.
How long after you won the bid? How long after you were awarded the contract? Yun na-produce yung plano? More or less, 1 month, 3 months, 5 months?
Are we talking, sir, yung
diba,
contract date and completion date, yung submission
yung palang i-award? Kasi, siyempre, sisimulan mo pa lang yung plano pag na-award, di ba? Hindi mo mong gagawin yun, hindi pa na-award.
In this case po, nag-prepare po kami even before the award. Sumugal na lang po kami.
Ganun ba yun?
Actually,
Magaling pala kayo sa sugal.
hindi naman po sa ganun. In fact, marami naman po, even mas sikat pa sa amin, wala silang kontrata. They would even publish na meron na silang design. Even Lord Norman Foster sa sa Europe, meron siyang design for other proposals.
But that's a different kind of contract. Usually sa design and you do not want us to require your managing director and the owners to be here. Sabi niyo, kompleto kayo sa technical, pinaka-basic naman na tanong. Diba? Anong plano ang ginamit? Hindi natin masagot.
Anyway, si Architect Engineer Henson and Engineer Canlas will both be required to show cause why they will not be cited for contempt. Okay?
Okay, Mr. Mateo. Yung unang plano na sinabmit nyo, no? Yung nung November 22, wala kang estimate ng cost nun?
Wala po.
So, paano mo alam kung anong materials ang gagamitin mo?
Base po sa criteria ng pagpili. Halimbawa po, we are talking about a building for public use. So,
Yes.
bilang designer, ang criteria namin ng pagpili, dapat matibay, tatagal, low maintenance, at magandang uri. So, yun ang basis namin ng pagpili ng materyales.
Sir Mateo, you just told us everything and nothing at the same time. Lahat naman ng gagawin mong building, matibay, etc., ganyan. Whether lagyan mo ng granite yan o lagyan mo ng vinyl, gagamitin parati ng tao. Parang sila yung swimming pool, lalagyan ko ng hindi madulas. Yung hindi madulas, may piso, may 1,000,000. No? So, okay, susundin ko na rin yung logic mo. Doon sa sinabmit mo, magkano per square meter? Kayo gumawa nun, kaya alam nyo.
Ang realm of expertise po namin is in design, hindi po sa estimating. So,
Yes, but any architect will know na yung sinabmit niyang design, more or less kung magkano per square. Walang magsasabit na,
hindi po kasi naman, hindi ko po masabi kung, hindi po dumaan sa amin yung detailed
yes,
breakdown.
Mr. Mateo, kaya nga tinatanong ko sa inyo, anong dumating sa inyo? Panay, I don't know ang inaabot ko eh. Tinatanong ko nga sa inyo, ang specify nyo, vinyl. Ang specify nyo, vinyl.
For the office areas.
For the office areas. Okay. Sa lahat ng specify nyo for the office areas, magkano lumalabas per square meter? Alam nyo yun, dahil alam mo kung ano specify mo eh.
Sir,
Yes.
ano po yung tanong?
Di ba per presyo, di ba depende sa quality ng material, may estimate mo na per square meter. Kung sasabihin ko sa iyo, sir, 100 square meters tong session hall, panay granite gagamitin ko dito. Plus the usual construction cost, magkano per square? Masasabi mo. Pero pag sinabing vinyl, masasabi mo rin. Di ba? So, wala akong question sa inyong expertise. Kung dapat vinyl ang ginamit ko, okay. Ang Vice President ang nagsabi, world class yan. Kaya kinumpare po namin sa iba. Ang mayor mismo ng Makati. Kaya kinumpare namin. Ang mga building na hotel, mga condominium, na panay salamin, na maraming CR, na maraming kusina, etc., lumalabas 30 to 40,000 per square meter. Ito 80,000. Kaya tayo nandito lahat para malaman bakit. At kayo gumawa ng plano. Kaya simple lang ang tanong ko from the start. Sa planong ginawa nyo, magkano per square meter average lumalabas?
I just need to qualify. Tama po kayo na lahat ng arkitekto may kanya-kanyang opinion sa cost per square meter. And so, kasi the reason why I'm very cautious about giving the cost per square meter is not to give an answer that would side either this party or that. Cautious lang po ako.
Architect, sandali ha. I'm not asking you to lie here.
Facts, sir, facts.
I'm just asking you to tell the truth, and if you need to qualify.
Was that person who approached you, your counsel, Mr. Architect? Peñero, you can sit beside your client and advise
Attorney, you
him.
can sit beside him. The problem
Please identify yourself, please, for the record, Peñero.
Hi, I'm Attorney Montano Nazario.
Yes. You cannot coach him.
Montano Nazario.
Nazario.
Pañero, just to inform you of the rules, you cannot tell him what to say, but you can advise him of his rights. And we will be liberal, no? Just tell us when you need to consult your lawyer. Architect, no? I know you're being cautious and you said it yourself. Ang point ko nga, don't be cautious. Just tell the truth. No matter kung sino masasaktan. Kung tingin mo 80,000 per square talaga sinabit nyo, okay. Kung sinabit nyo 10,000 per square, okay din. Ang gusto ko lang malaman ng totoo at tetestingin kita, sasagot mo ng totoo. So, kasi hindi ko nakikita yung plano mo compared sa kanila dahil hindi pa sinasubmit lahat eh. Pero dun po sa sinabmit ng Mana and Associates, no? More or less, you can give me a range, 5 to 10, 5 to 15, kung you wanna be cautious to make sure correct. But based on the quality of materials, etc., that you submitted and the design, how much per square yung sinabmit nyo?
$45,000 to $55,000 per square with expected variance.
Okay, 45 to 55,000 per square. Are you aware of this DLS handbook?
Very much.
Okay. You made a car park building. Correct?
Sa project documents po, nakasulat parking building, but technically it's a mixed-use building.
Technically, it's half a, not technically, realistically, it's half office building and it's half parking building. Okay. In 2007, how much sa DLS per square meter ang parking building? Do you use this firm nyo?
As a source for indicative information, yes.
As a reference. No?
Yes.
It doesn't speak Bible truth, but the estimates are correct. But you have to apply it to your project to make sure it's correct. Tama po?
Yes.
So yung sinabit nyo po sa Makati was 3 times higher than the DLS estimate. Kasi 12 to 18,000 ang parking building sa kanila. For office buildings, it was at that time 18 to 25. So it was twice as much for the same kind of materials. Yung sa design nyo po. Can you explain to us why?
It's just my opinion, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, anyway, Mr. Chair, I think I made my point. Kung ang COA naguguluhan and they need a lot of experts, etc., eto sa private sector na, but I cannot believe, Mr. Chair, na pwede ka mag-bid ng isang building na wala kang presyo. More or less, alam mo. So, sir, what was the total square meters nung sinabit nyo na CFA? Around 30,000, 35,000?
Around 30,000.
So 30,000, gawin na natin 50,000. Ang sinabit yung plano originally, sabi mo 35 to 45 o 40 to 45,000 per square? Sorry. 45,000 per square? Tama, sir. Tama. So gawin na natin 50 kasi medyo mahina ako sa math. So 30,000 square. Gawin na natin 35,000 square. Wag na natin pag-awayan yung 3,000 square na hinahanap ni Senator Trillanes na nawawala. 35,000 times 45 times 50,000 is about 1.65 billion pesos. The contract is 2.2 plus another 360. So 700 million more than the original. So for the record, Mr. Chair, no, the original estimate was already double of the average. No, there could have been reasons for it, to be fair, no, but it's double of the average. And then aside from that, may another 700 million na. Saan nanggaling tong 700 million na, Mr. Mateo? Pinalitan nila yung sa inyo over time. Binantayan niyo po, no, from the start till the end?
Binantayan po namin in the capacity of a designer.
So as far as yung quantity, etc., yung quantity surveying sa iba na, no?
Ano po meaning nun in a capacity of a designer? Ano yung sabihin nun? You were limited what you were taking note of, what you were observing? Ano po ibig sabihin nun?
Present po ang consultant sa construction in the capacity of the designer to check that what is being implemented is according to the plans.
Anyway, Mr. Chair, in consideration that Architect Mateo is not a lawyer but an architect, no, and baka naguluhan lang siya sa ibang tanong, please feel free to make a presentation or submit or in the next hearing if you want to clarify some, no, points. But ang importante sa amin, so I'll end here, is number one, what was your original plan? More or less magkano per square at sinunod ba yun o hindi? If you cannot answer sunod ba o hindi, please point to us. Sino makakasagot nun? No? Aside from Hill Marks. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
We
Thank
will-
you, Architect.
Remind you, your firm to submit voluntarily the plans on file, copies of the plans on file. We will not subpoena those anymore. Just submit to us. Ngayon, for all of your efforts, when I say your efforts, I'm referring to the correct name of your firm is Mana Architecture and Interior Design Company. Tama po ba yan?
Yes, Your Honor.
For all of your efforts, how much did you receive or how much were you compensated out of this project? Kasi 130 yung nasa mind ko, so you better correct me if I'm mistaken. Pasagot ko lang, sir, muna sila. Lahat na po ito. Magkano po?
Na-collect po namin, bill po kami ng final billing. I remember receiving whether it's the exact amount dun sa na-bill namin, kailangan ko po i-check. Kasi minsan may mga taxes na binabawas, etc. Malapit po, basta nag-bill kami ng final billing at
Opo.
nag-release ng payment sa final billing.
Magkano po? More or less.
Malapit nga po sa 11,900,000 for this project.
Ito ba yung apat na billings po, no? Apat na billings, sir? Ang last is November 22, 2013. Yun po yan. Tama po ba yan? 4 billings? 4 billings, total of around 11 million, sinabi niya.
Hindi ko po matandaan kung 4 billings, pero
Basta yun
total
Total
is
na.
over 11 million.
Okay, so Vice Mayor Mercado was raising his hand. Ano po?
Nakukompuse lang ho kayo dun sa 11 million at saka sa 130 million. Dun ho sa huling pagdinig natin na sinasabi ni Engineer Badillo, yun hong 130 million architectural fee para doon sa ospital ng Makati District 1.
Mabuti po na na-clarify po natin yan. Senator Trillanes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Kay Mr. Architect Carlo Mateo, next week, we won't be as patient with you. So, ayusin mo yung storya mo. You consult with your lawyer. Meron pang ibang kontrata itong firm ninyo with the Office of the Vice President.
Hindi po with the Office of the Vice President.
With whom?
Ang mga kontrata po namin is with Makati City.
Makati City Hall. Pero meron kayong ginagawa ba o dinidesign for the Vice President? You're under oath.
Sa kasalukuyan po.
Yes.
Sa
Meron kayong
kasalukuyan.
dinidesign? Yes.
Sa kasalukuyan po wala.
So, before meron. So, wala kayong pending design o proposal for the Office of the Vice President.
Sa kasalukuyan po wala.
Okay. Kasi nandito sa website nyo itong proposed Office of the Vice President. So, ano to?
That is an unsolicited design proposal.
So, ano lang, talagang nagkataon kasi kompleto ka pa ng design. Ito, elaborate ito yun ang inaano binibigyan na kita ng chance to tell the truth. Ang instinct mo is pagtakpan ito, di nahuli ka ngayon. Andito sa website ninyo Di ba? Ito, Proposed Office of the Vice President, JP Rizal Street, Barangay Olympia, Makati City. Floor area 4,828 square meters. So, apparently, meron talaga kayong connection with Vice President Binay. Ngayon, ganito na lang, Architect Mateo, para hindi na makamove on na kami sa ibang topic. Next week, ayusin mo yung story mo. We'll give you that chance. Now, I'll move, Mr. Chairman, to Commissioner Heidi Mendoza, if I may, Mr. Chairman.
Before we leave Architect Mateo, sino ba sa may Orlando Mateo? Who is Orlando Mateo?
Architect Orlando Mateo is the principal of our firm and my father.
Okay, so he's your father, so you can inform him of what transpired that day. Okay, so Senator Trillanes.
Mr. Chairman, wala pa si Commissioner Heidi Mendoza.
Okay, so let's have a 2-minute recess.